Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I would like to quickly thank you everyone who has been sending a lot of really nice comments. There are a lot of people out there that are enjoying my code signal and Hackerrank videos. I'm going to be starting a new playlist on lead code, which a lot of people are kind of trying to learn how to tackle. So stay tuned for that one. But today, let's tackle a medium level problem from Hackerrank Solutions. If you've been following my series of Hackerrank solutions, I have the Hackerrank platform on the left-hand side for you to see the problem statement. And I've got a Jupyter notebook on the right-hand side that I will teach you how to tackle these problems. There are a lot of you out there that are actually asking me, how do I solve problems? I will be making a video on how to think about data science problems. So stay tuned for that one as well, because I'll be taking you through the thought process, how to break the problem into smaller pieces, and how to start coding for every small piece to form a solution. So that one will be coming your way. But today we are tackling this one. This one is called word order. So here's the problem statement. You are given n words. For example, the user will give us 5 words. Some words may repeat. For example, you might have apple, apple, apple 3 times. For each word, output its number of occurrences. If apple has been repeated 3 times, I should have 3 for apple. The output order should correspond with the input order of appearances. So if apple was the first word that appeared, the number of occurrences for the word apple should be the first number. And then if you have orange as the second word and it has repeated 2 times, you should have 3 and 2. 3 times apple and 2 times orange, which means that n will be 5 words. I will run a test for you on my Jupyter notebook. Just bear with me. So here is an example. So the user will give us 4 different words. It's not apple and oranges in this example, so it kind of makes it hard. But you can see that the first word is B, C, D, E, F. That's number 1. How many times there is B, C, D, E, F? So that's 1 time. That's second time. Then A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How many times do I see that? Just once, so that's there. And B, C, D, E is only once, and that's number 1. And now you may ask, what is this number 3? Well, how many distinct words are there? Well, one is B, C, D, E, F, that's number 1. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's number 2. And B, C, D, E, that's number 3. Now, let's see how we will be tackling this problem in our own environment, and then copy the code onto the platform that we have been provided, test it and see if it works. So step number 1 from the input, from the sample input, will be getting the number of words that we will be given. So let's call that n, which will be the integer form of the user input. As an example, the user might say, I am going to be giving you 4 words. So if I print n for you, you will see that n is 4. If you haven't seen my video on the input function, the link is up the top right. Let me get rid of that cell right there. Now, the next thing I need to do is a placeholder. Think of it as a container for me to remember how many times did I see apple, how many times did I see orange. I will use a dictionary for that. I will make a dictionary, call it word count equals an empty dictionary. Currently, there is nothing in that empty dictionary. I will need the order of appearance because I want to know, did I first see apple or did I first see orange or banana? I need something to hold that order of appearance. So let me make a list and call it order of appearance. I like to call things that are relevant to what I'm doing with them. And that's an empty list. I will run that one then. All right, I have to now make a for loop that asks the user what their input is. Is it apple, orange, apple, orange, apple? And then do whatever that needs to do. So I have to ask the user one by one, give me the word that you want me to think about. So let's write a for loop. For, I will put an underline right there or an underscore right there because I'm not going to really use it. I can use anything. I can use for item in words or for item in items, but I can also use an underscore. I'm going to use an underscore for underscore in range of n because the user has given me 4 words here, n equals 4. So I have to repeat this 4 times. Give me your next word. Give me your next word. Give me your next word. So that's what I will be doing. And then at each iteration, I will ask the user, give me your next word. So I'll probably use something like this. I'll get the input from the user. And now that's where it becomes interesting. You remember that I created this dictionary for me to count the number of the words if they already exist, or are they just a new word? So I will make an if statement. What the if statement will do at this point of time is to check if we have already recorded the word that the user will give me. So if user gives me apple, I have to check if I have already registered apple in my books. So that will be inside this dictionary, right? If the word that the user has given me is in word count dictionary, if it is already there, if you have already written that down, now let's add 1 to it because we have already seen it. It's in our books. The user is giving it to me again. So I will add 1 to it. So let's add 1 to it. Then we will say word count for the word that the user has given me plus 1. If the user has not already given this to us, this is a new word, what we will do, we will say word count for the new word that the user has given me is 1. So this is like registering some name for the first time. Let me make it easy for you. For the very first time that the user says apple, for example, in this line, apple will be stored in the variable called word. So we will check if apple is already registered in our books. It's not, because it's the first time the user is saying apple. So we will skip these 2 lines. Those 2 lines will not run. We will jump onto these lines. The user has said apple for the first time. So in our books, we will say for apple, register 1. The next time apple comes up, for example, the user says apple for the second time, it says, is apple already registered in our books? Yes, we have already seen it. Okay, let's add 1 to it. It was previously 1. Now let's add 1 to it. It will be 2. And that's how we record the number of occurrences. There is one last thing I need to do inside the loop. I need to record the order of appearance of new words. So if you remember, I had a list called order of appearance. It's a list. And every time I see a new word, I will append it to the list. In that way, I can remember, was it apple or orange or banana that I saw first? So it will be apple, orange, and banana. I will have them in a container. Okay, let's run this and see what happens. I'm going to run that. It's going to ask me for the first word. I will copy the exact words from Hackerrank. So B, C, D, E, F, run that. B, C, D, E, F, G, paste that there. And B, C, D, E, F. If I print the length of order of appearance, it should give me the number of distinct words, right? Because here I was only recording new words. So if I go print the length of order of appearance, that will give me 3, which is this value here. So I have attained 1 task. Now the second task is tell me how many times each of them has repeated. Let me show you the word count before I do that. Look at the word count. So the word count says I have seen B, C, D, E, F twice, A, B, C, D, E, F, G just once, and B, C, D, E also once. So I have the data ready. All I need is to format them. I will write a comprehension list here. So if you haven't seen my video on comprehension lists, the link is up the top right. But I will make a list here and I will say word count for word in order of appearance. If I run this, you will see that I have taken those values inside the dictionary and I have stored or shown them in a list, which is really good. Now, all I need to do to go from a list into a string format is to join them using spaces. All I need to do is to make a join statement. And what I need to join is the string format of such list. So let me copy that. I will not copy the brackets for the list because I don't want to make a list. I just want to make a string. And also I need to close this bracket because I'm only converting each value into a string and not the whole items. So if I run that, I had added extra parentheses there, but now you can see that I've got 2, 1, 1 in a very nice format. So I don't really need this comprehension list up here, and I don't really need to see the dictionary. All I need to do is to see this print function. Maybe I should add a print function here as well, just to make sure it is nice and tidy. And then I can copy across all the code. So let's do that. Let's copy the first line and drop it here. That will get the input from the user. These ones I will need as placeholders, like containers. These ones will do asking the user for input and looking after them. And then I just need 2 print statements. So make sure that one is there and make sure the next one goes underneath. What I will do, I will run the code and see if it is successful. Congratulations, the first one was successful. I will submit the code and hopefully the rest of the test cases are successful, which they are. And I can say, ta-da, I got 50 points. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this video with your friends. If you want to thank me for the efforts I'm putting in, share the videos with your friends, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.